Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor. Oh, this is a good one right here. Leonidas had posted this, and he put it on his website. Deletable accounts feature coming to XRP Ledger, and he put this on his website. And by the way, his website is xrparcade.com. If you have not visited this, okay. Those of you, just to give you a little bit of background, those of you that that have been around for a while, especially, there's a current minimum reserve requirement of 20 XRP to have an XRP account. So like it doesn't show that way like at Binance or some of these exchanges, because they have one account that's dedicated to XRP and then all the sub accounts. And so when you put it there, you don't have to keep your 20 XRP because they've already got a reserve there. But if you have a wallet like a Toast wallet, or if you have like I guess a Ledger Nano S would do the same, you could end up having, if you decide to take your XRP off of one of those things, I know it works that way with Toast wallet, you have to leave 20 XRP on that Toast wallet. In fact, I have 20 XRP that's sitting on a Toast wallet that I don't use anymore right now. Well, they're going to get this Nick Bagolas, I guess is how you say that. He said that they are implementing the deletable accounts on the XRP ledger now, which will mean, and just before I forget, he says that deleting an account under my proposed code would cost one incremental reserve, currently 5 XRP. So there's still a cost associated. So what they're saying basically is you would be able to go and delete your accounts at places like this and get that 20 XRP minus the 5 that he says it'll cost back. And so this is a very significant thing. There's a lot of people like myself. I know I've got at least 2 or 3 accounts where I have 20 to 30 XRP that I just left in those places because I couldn't move them because of that reserve requirement. But they're talking about getting having a deletable account feature, which will fix this problem. Okay, next, this was just an interesting tweet that I saw. Highest debt load in human civilization, most expansive global central bank balance sheets, lowest interest rates going back to the 1400s, some of the most expensive equity markets in history, by the way, that have been driven up by these other things, extremely low interest rates, I mean, you name it, the QE this, QE that, all of that has created the facade of stocks that are highly valued when there's really not near the value in them. It's just money printing, low interest rates, and the governments of the world blowing up these bubbles, and meanwhile they call Bitcoin a bubble. But anyway, this was an interesting point that he's making. Buy Bitcoin, and then he goes through all those points. And when I read something like that to you, just interchange XRP, because even though they call Bitcoin a store of value, XRP, there's a lot of differences, but you can send your store of value that's in XRP in 3 to 4 seconds, whereas that Bitcoin might take you 15 minutes to an hour. That's just one tiny little point. But then he's a Bitcoin guy. This is a point that he was making, and I think he's saying that a lot of institutions are turning to Bitcoin as a result of the JP Morgan thing. Bitcoin proponent Max Kaiser, now, he says, now that JPM coin launched, institutions turn to Bitcoin. Bitcoin proponent Max Kaiser says, now that the coin's launched, institutions will, I guess he's saying they will turn. I don't know if he's saying they are turning to Bitcoin. I went through the article, and more or less, that must be what he thinks is going to happen. I think he might be right too. I think that, and that's the thing about JP Morgan or any other bank creating a coin. Banks, we don't trust the banks. So what do you think the other banks think about the banks. They're not going to trust each other. They're not going to take on each other's coin. That's not how it's going to work. They'll go and do their own thing or turn to something like Bitcoin or XRP most likely. Okay, this is from Sustainable Living at Live Sustain. She sent this. Japanese Amazon Rakuten may soon accept cryptocurrencies. Now, I've heard of Alibaba, which is supposed to be the Chinese version of Amazon, but I've never heard of this one. Rakuten is the Japanese version, and I'll just read to you briefly this. A new update pushed by e-commerce giant Rakuten, who has been compared to as the Japanese Amazon, looks to offer Bitcoin and cryptocurrency integration in the near future. According to an earnings report published February 12th, the company announced a major update for its mobile app platform Rakuten Pay, which is set to release later next month, with the potential inclusion of cryptocurrency payments in conjunction with fiat. Well, folks, if there's one country on this planet where there's a high likelihood that XRP would be included in the digital assets added to their platform, it would be in Japan, because Japan and South Korea are two of the greatest XRP fans in the world. They've been responsible for more than one bull run. Next, and this is another Bitcoin. Now, keep in mind, the market is still moving with Bitcoin right now, and it probably is for a little longer. So when you hear me talk about some of these things that are good for the market that's going on with Bitcoin, it's good for the market overall. He says, volume precedes price. We're on the way to the highest crypto volume day since the beginning of the bear market. It's already the highest volume day since May 2018. Oh, and BTC transactions are almost back to all-time high as well. So that can only be good for the rest of the market. All we need is a little bit of ignition to get this going. Next, XRP_Wizard at WizardXRP. Now, this guy, I'll tell you something funny. This morning I told you all that my 6-year-old was mad at me and at you guys because told him I had to do a video, and he wanted me to go throw the baseball with him. XRP Wizard had sent me a message, and he said, sorry your 6-year-old's mad at me. Well, I've got good news. He's no longer mad at all of you. He has baseball practice in a little bit, so he's going to get it out of his system for the day. But he is a pretty hard-headed kid, and he was mad at me and you guys for a while there this morning, but he's over it now. But anyway, XRP Wizard sent me this, and this is cool. If you don't know this about David Schwartz, this guy's a genius. He's been working on different things having to do with computer networks since 1991. And this is a tweet from Michael Del Castillo at Del Rey Man is his handle. Okay, in 1991, almost 20 years before Satoshi Nakamoto, Ripple's chief cryptographer Joel Kapp was granted this patent for a distributed computer network that worked together to accomplish a singular task, and it shows the patent that he got way back in 1991. I just thought that was something definitely worth showing you. And this is the patent itself, and I'm just showing you the intro here. A multi-level distributed computer system for distributed processing preferably includes a plurality of personal computers. A task inputted to the system is divided into a plurality of portions. As many of the portions as possible are distributed for processing on the lowest level of the system. It's just fascinating to think that this guy is such a genius. He was thinking about this 20 years ago when we were thinking about playing a video game or something. Anyway, smart guy. And just to show you, we're in good hands, folks. And this is from Ledger that creates the Ledger Nano S. The coming weeks, we're taking a closer look into Ledger security. In case you missed it in December, we'd like to show you the secure chips used in all Ledger hardware wallets meet the secure element. And they put this picture, which I thought was pretty cool to see the insides of the Ledger. And so for those of you that still don't have it, now we are in this, we've had a very good day. Let me do a refresh on this. And we've had a very good day, but I want to tell you all this because, and I've said it before, when we have bull market runs, and I'm not positive that that's what we're in, but it could be. When you have bull market runs and people's wallets start getting more and more valuable, you better believe the hackers become more active, and they will come to try to hack exchanges more because there's more value to hack. There's more money to get their hands on. If you don't have a Ledger Nano S, and I've also got the cool wallets, which are the credit card hard wallets, on my in the description of every video I do. You can go and get one. Make sure you've got your digital assets safe on one of these hard wallets. It's the only safe way for us to store this stuff. Make sure you've got it safe, because if we are in a bull run or headed for a bull run, they would love to get a hold of your digital assets once they increase in value. I want to finish on a positive note, because this is the theme of what I've tried to do for the last few months while things have been extremely negative and people have been angry and wanted to say ugly things to everybody that tried to do these videos or tried to be active in the community. There's been a lot of negativity. Well, I'm an extremely positive person, and I believe that positivity is the only thing that I believe positivity is what is important. But this is a thing that I started following today, and they said it about as good as better than I could have said it, and that is this: positivity is a superpower, and I can't tell you how much I believe this. That short little sentence there, positivity is a superpower. If you can learn to train yourself, and I don't mean being positive despite the evidence otherwise. I mean once you have studied something like digital assets thoroughly enough, and you know that it's the right thing, and you haven't seen any evidence to the contrary, and you know that everything in your gut tells you, after you've done your research and done your study and have really looked at it, and you know that you have a reason to be positive, and yet your people are trying to cloud everything with negativity. If you can be positive in that kind of an environment, positivity is a superpower. I'm here to tell you. And so all of you, especially you young people out there, remember that. You need to go through it, and even when you're not 1,000% sure, if you're 85% sure, I can promise you that positivity is always going to get you further than negativity. I don't know too many negative successful people. I can promise you that. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe and hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that positivity is a superpower. Thank you for listening.